Welcome to Stream Developers. In this video, you will discover the 6 best vibe coding platforms for building web and mobile apps front and back ends. We are not covering AI code editors like Cursor, Windsurf, or GitHub Copilot, but vibe coding tools like Chef by Convex, Lovable, Bolt.new, Replit Agent, V0, and Firebase Studio. For each of the examples I will show in this video, we will build an S clone using the same prompt. There are so many vibe coding platforms. However, in this video, we are just considering those that allow you to build both the back end and the front end of web and mobile applications. Let's begin with Chef by Convex. With Chef by Convex, you can generate and launch full-stack web applications quickly. It provides one of the best ways to generate the database and back end for your web applications. With Chef by Convex, you can access AI models from major providers like OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, and xAI. Chef by Convex allows you to clone an app, view your prompt history, and also allows you to share whatever you build with a simple link. With its recent support, you can easily send emails within your app without setting up any API keys. It also has built-in GPT calls. With the built-in GPT calls, you can generate AI responses without setting up any API keys. In our Twitter clone example, you have noticed it is now generating all the required TypeScript files to build the front end of the application. So let's wait for a while and see what it will generate for the front end. It has now saved all the necessary files, so we can now go to the preview, sign in anonymously, and test the app. Chef configures your authentication automatically so that you can deploy and sign in users without any extra setup. The app is now ready for creating a new post. We can also go ahead and react to a post in various ways. Using Chef, the backend of your app is by default powered by Convex database. You get authentication, file storage, and scheduler, allowing you to build web apps in few minutes. With its built-in dashboard, you can access your app's data. You can create, view, update, and delete documents directly inside your Chef application. You can view the logs of your app, add or change environment variables through the dashboard, and also schedule functions and clone jobs so that you can monitor the health of your app. So with just a single prompt, we have been able to generate all the necessary files to build the X clone. What we can do next is to add more functionalities. For example, whenever a user taps the heart icon, we can add a prompt to generate a splash animation to improve the user experience of liking a post. You have now noticed with a follow-up prompt, we are able to generate new files required to build the splash animation. So it is going to modify all the necessary files. At this point, you have seen from the bottom left, I have used all my Chef credits. So I'm going to add my OpenAI API key to continue. I have now added my OpenAI API key behind the scenes. So I'll copy the prompt and try to add the splash animation again. So let's send the prompt. At this point, I added a prompt to generate the splash animation. However, from the preview, I did not see the splash animation. So I had to go ahead and add a follow-up prompt to modify the code again to generate the splash animation. All the modifications are now saved. So we can go to the preview, send a new post, and test the splash animation again. The splash animation displayed from the left side of the heart icon. So we can add another prompt to modify the animation so that it is displayed from the center of the heart icon instead. So I will wait until all the modifications are saved and go to the preview to test the splash animation again. Now it displays so fast, so we can go ahead and add a new prompt to increase the duration of the animation and prevent it from displaying so fast. By testing it again, it now looks perfect. We can now go ahead and add another prompt to allow users to delete posts. Let's go ahead and test it again if the deletion works. Now, you have noticed here, it works perfectly. If I now go to the database, you will notice we have only 3 posts instead of 4. To get started with Chef, visit chef.convex.dev to see what developers and other vibe coders are using the platform to build the front end and the back end of the applications. There are also a couple of templates you can explore for inspiration. Next, we have Lovable. Just like Chef by Convex, Lovable provides support for AI databases. You can commit your code directly to your GitHub repository. You can get several community-created designs and generated apps for inspiration to allow you get started with Lovable. The earlier version of Lovable allowed users to build only the front end. However, that has changed. You can connect Lovable to Superbase to store your data. The Superbase integration allows you to authenticate and manage users and also do code execution to handle your business logic. Lovable natively integrates with GitHub, Superbase, and Stripe. Another excellent feature of Lovable is that you can implement custom domains. There are also several other integrations, so I encourage you to check their website to get started. Let's use the same prompt we used in the Chef by Convex example to create the X clone using Lovable. So you have noticed here, it is now generating all the necessary files required to build the front end of our X clone. Once we generate the app, we can easily integrate it with Superbase to store the app's data. Let's go to the preview and see the generated output. We can react to a post by sharing it. We can like a post or bookmark it. We can also create a new post, navigate through existing ones, and react to existing posts. We can now publish the app effortlessly and obtain a shareable link to share it with others. Next, we have Bolt.new. Bolt uses web containers to allow users build full-stack web applications and mobile applications as well. You can import from Figma or GitHub. It has several integrations like Astro, Vite, Next.js, NativeScript, and more. Bolt allows you to seamlessly deploy and host your app on Netlify. You can use Superbase for database storage, authentication, and file storage. Like the previous examples, we are using the same prompt to generate the X clone. So it is now generating all the TypeScript files to build the front end of the application. And once everything is built, we can easily connect to a database service like Superbase. Now everything seems to be ready, so we can go to the preview and test the app by reacting to existing posts or create a new post. You can deploy the app with a click. Once it is deployed, you get a shareable link to view it in the browser. We can seamlessly integrate the app with Stripe or Superbase. Unlike Chef by Convex and Lovable, you can use Bolt to also build iOS and Android applications using React Native Expo. Let's use this excellent feature of Bolt to build a fully functioning chat messaging application that runs on both iOS and Android using React Native Expo. Like the previous examples, once we send the prompt in Bolt, it will install all the necessary dependencies and create all the required TypeScript files for the Expo project. Since we haven't integrated Superbase, it will generate mocked conversations for the chat messaging application, so the app's contact list as well as the message list will be ready once we run it. By clicking the preview, we can scan the QR code using the phone's camera to open the app using Expo Go. However, there is an error, so it can still go ahead and fix the error. There is still a problem, so we can attempt to fix it and preview the app once more. After previewing the app once again, you have noticed the error still exists, so we go ahead and attempt to fix it. After several attempts, it is modifying the code to fix the error. So now everything seems to be working fine. We have both the messages list as well as the contacts list. So we can use the camera of the Photos app to scan the QR code so that we can launch the app using Expo Go on iOS. With the incredible capabilities of Bolt, we now have a fully functioning chat messaging application, allowing you to type and send messages to others. Our fourth vibe coding platform is Replit Agent. This is an AI system that allows you to create and deploy applications easily and in few minutes. Using Replit Agent, you can take an application from an idea to deployment using prompts in few minutes. The agent's autoconfig feature configures your development environment install dependencies, and also execute code automatically. Using Replit Agent, you can build apps from your laptop. It also has a mobile app. Using the same prompt, you have noticed we have a platform similar to the previous examples. We can deploy the app with a single click by selecting from different options. We can create and send a new post and send reactions in the same way as the previous examples. The next vibe coding tool is V0 by Vercel. It allows anyone to do full stack application development. So you can clone a full stack app from a screenshot. You can import your designs from Figma, easily create a landing page, or any of these options. Like the other vibe coding platforms, you can explore community-based creations and designs for inspiration. V0 also allows you to easily sync your app to GitHub. Let's run the same prompt to generate the X-clone using V0. Similar to all the previous examples, it will generate and set up all the necessary files required to build the X-clone. So it will generate the feeds, create some mocked posts, and also generate all CSS styles. Because we haven't integrated Superbase yet, that can be done by going to the top right and clicking the Superbase icon. From the preview, you'll notice it has the same features: sharing, liking, and bookmarking a post. You can also write a new post. Let's enhance the heart animation by adding a follow-up prompt. So it is going to generate and modify the code and improve the heart animation once you like a post. Now the animation looks more prettier than the previous. With the V0 app ready, we can deploy it easily to Vercel and also integrate it with other services. That is everything we have for the V0 example. I encourage you to check their website and look at the community section to see what other vibe coders and developers are building. Lastly, we have Firebase Studio. Firebase Studio provides a workspace for building full-stack apps using Gemini and Firebase. With Firebase Studio, you can use AI agents to develop your backends, front ends, and mobile apps all in one place. It allows you to import from existing repositories like GitHub, Gitbucket, or GitLab. So using Firebase Studio, you can quickly generate new applications and prototype your apps using different frameworks like Flutter, Angular, Next, Node, and more. After creating your app with Firebase Studio, you can easily deploy it with few clicks and monitor the usage and behavior of your app at a glance. You can also deploy your production apps to Cloud Run or use a custom infrastructure. Firebase Studio is the newest among all the vibe coding platforms we demonstrated in this video. Using the same prompt as the other platforms, it is the one that gave an unsatisfied result. I hope that will improve over time, so I encourage you to check its website and test it yourself. So that is everything we have in this video. We explored the various ways you can vibe code web and mobile applications. We started with Chef by Convex, allowing you to build both front end and the back ends of your app. We explored Lovable, Bolt.new, Replit Agent, V0 by Vercel, and also Firebase Studio. You can visit each of these platforms from the links in the description of the video and start vibe coding your next web and mobile applications.